Hello families. So today I'm going to go ahead and go over this little activity that we do in the classroom with the students. It is called counting collections. And so this is a recording sheet, and really what we're doing with this activity is just helping the students practice their counting, their numbers, and understanding that every time I move one object, I say one number, and so on and so forth. So what we do in the classroom is we have several little bags full of different objects that they're going to count. I realize you might not have all of these resources at home, but here I created a little baggie of my collection, which is made out of just beans. So you can use anything at home. It can be beans, it can be cereal, it can be Lego pieces, any small items that the children can go ahead and count will be perfect. So the first thing we do is we ask them to write their name and the date, and then leave that off to the side. And then you kind of give them a little place for them to sit there and count. So you can either choose to have them count one by one. As you can see, this collection has larger amounts, so it's 50 all the way to 100. The one I'm going to email you guys stops at 100. So counting one by one might take a little bit longer. So what I ask my students to do is to organize their collection into groups of 10 and some more. So what you're going to have them do, have them count away from this, not on top, because we're going to need this to record. So I like to have them record by groups of 10. So we count. So we make little piles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have one pile of 10. Normally, we would have little containers where we put them in just so that they can understand that, hey, this is a group of 10 because it's in one container. If you have small cups or anything like that, you can use that. If not, just have them make piles. I apologize for the background noise right now, but my fiance is working outside, so that's what you're hearing. When we count, it's important to remember that you take one object and you slide it over. You don't want to do several at a time. So we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now we have two groups of 10. I'm going to keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here we go. Let's make some more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So for the sake of the video and so that I'm not going on counting forever, I'm going to go ahead and start sorting them really quickly. But of course, you want them to actually count. Okay, so we have another group of 10 here. And I'm just kind of pulling them. This is what you don't want them to do. Because we want to make sure we count one at a time. Okay. And I think this is sometimes why we use little containers, because they might roll over, get confused. 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And move that over. All right, so now we've made all of our groups of 10. So now we have a few left here. So what I like to tell them is you have your groups of 10 and then you have some more. Okay, so we leave those here separately. So now what they're going to do is they're going to count by groups of 10 and some more. So you want them to help you count, and you're going to do 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Now we go to ones, 71, 72, 73. So then you answer the question, how many objects do we have in our collection? We have 73 objects. So what you're going to do, or you're going to have your child do, is you're going to write the number 73. If they don't know how to do that number, then obviously you just want them to, look up here and say, okay, let's find 73. What does it look like? 73, 7, 3. They look for it, they circle it. So now they're writing the number, they're identifying the number, and now we're going to record our collection. So the same way we counted, we're going to do the same thing here on recording our objects. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 groups of 10. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, each one of these little circles that I drew represent 10. So I'm going to write 10 on each one. That's one group of 10, two groups of 10, three groups of 10, four groups of 10, five groups of 10, six groups of 10, seven groups of 10. So that right there essentially represents those 7 groups that I have there. And then I have 3 more. So those 3 more that I have are going to be added as well. And I just tell them I make a smaller circle. And each one of those represents only 1. So I would do 1, 1, 1. And then just for the sake of them organizing it neater and so that their numbers aren't sloppy, I tell them, okay, now we're going to label, but we have to do our little line. We do 1 short, 1 long, 1 short, 1 long, 1 short, 1 long, 1 short, 1 long, 1 short, 1 long. And you can ask your children and tell them why we do that. And the reason we do this is so that our numbers aren't squished together, especially because at this time they're still writing their numbers pretty large. So we want the numbers to be visible so we can actually understand what they recorded. So now we're going to label. So the same way we counted here, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 71, 72, 73. That is the way we would then record here. And actually, I'm going to move this over here because it should technically be from left to right so that they understand that that's just the way we view things with reading and everything else. Okay, so now I'm going to record and label. So when we count and record, we do 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Then I go to the ones, 71, 72, 73. Okay, and that's how we practice our counting, our organization skills, and then we record it here. Okay, so that is an activity that I will be emailing you guys. So I have this collection. This has the numbers 50 to 100, not 110. And then I have this one, which I will send, which is 11 through 49. So if you want to know around where your child is, I have them pretty much, they go by levels. So I've kind of monitored them and seen where they're at, where they're capable of counting, if they're ready for this collection or this collection. So I have that written down if you want to send me a little message or something, and I can tell you which one of these worksheets will be best for your child. So you can do this again with any objects you have at home. This is great practice for counting and practicing our numbers, counting by tens. And again, using this little dry erase sheet is perfect, but if you can't, just go ahead and print and print as many as you need to do, okay? So if you guys have any questions regarding that, go ahead and email me. I'll be posting that also on the Seesaw app, okay? Have a good one, parents. Take care.